Alrighty, guys. Hello from Denver, Colorado. Like I said, I'm gonna send you a couple more videos. Keep in touch. I think we should try to get on. You guys need to kind of try to self-organizing yourselves. Um, Google Hangouts is a good way. I did a video chat with one of my buddies from St. Louis not too long ago. It works out pretty well. I've never done multiple people with that, but anyway, I'm gonna be sending you a. Let's see. I'm going to be sending you this link here, and there's going to be a YouTube video that you're going to click on. Anyway, there's a lot of this information is going to be here. What I want to do is basically talk about probably the most influential lecture I had at MIT was from. I'm going to show you this, and the link is here, so you can read through this more thoroughly. This guy was awesome, Dr. Wallace, right here. Very interesting guy. So basically, what he did with the class is I kind of told some of you guys about it. He basically, I'm going to go through the highlights of it, what I think is important. I mean, read through the entire thing if you want. But he did basically created a system for innovation. In 3 months, they had to create a prototype. Okay, so and I went through these really quickly and then kind of highlighted some stuff. So basically, nothing's more dangerous than we have one idea. There's only one. All right, I kind of like think of the idea of this as like it's a species. In order for the species to survive, you need diversity, right? So if you have a diversity of ideas, if something's wrong with one idea, you have other ideas to go back on. Now that's a double-edged sword basically, because if you have too many ideas, you're pulled in too many directions and you don't get anything done because you have all these different ideas. But it's not a bad idea when brainstorming to have a bunch of different ideas. And then you solidify and go down that one path and then hopefully just make minor adjustments to that idea. So gotta have a lot of ideas, okay? And here's some good strategies. Multiple viewpoints, defer all judgments, challenge. You got to challenge each other. You got to be, okay, I don't agree with this because X, Y, and Z. All right? Don't be afraid to do that. So get a lot of ideas. Okay, have a lot of ideas there. Okay, have a lot of ideas, and that'd be good. That's a good thing. All right? This is very important. Don't be afraid to fail fast. You need to fail fast. You need to find those errors quickly. That way you can make adjustments. If you are afraid about getting your hands dirty, start building things, trying to do something, you never know what's wrong with it. So the sooner you can get to an idea of starting to build a product or starting to your alpha prototype, the better you'll be. Okay, there's an asterisk beside that though. There's an asterisk beside that. Okay. So now we're going to talk about craft. Okay, we're going to learn modeling techniques. There's all different types of modeling. There's 3D printing, which we don't have. Sketching is going to be used for us. That's the first aspect, is to sketch it. Depending on what you do. If it's highly electronic, you may not have to sketch as detailed, maybe even more detailed. I'm not really sure. So obviously, guys, at Lexington Catholic, the same is true here. We are good at this. We're good at note taking. We are good at taking tests. But that's not what we're doing, is it? We're not doing that at all. So we need more of this. A good thing to do is like what they did at this class, if I remember correctly. They take apart stuff, right? They see how it works. And that's something you can do. Maybe we can buy some cheap electronics or whatever you guys decide to do for your invention. Something similar to it, technology similar to it. Take it apart, see how it works, sketch it, diagram it. Okay, so we learn by doing, and that's what this basically says: passive versus active instruction. Active instruction, taking things apart. Let's see. I'm going to slide 41. This is probably the most important slide on here that I thought was the most interesting. Is you basically have a technical manager, 7 to 8 members. Now you guys aren't gonna be able to do this. Basically what they did was the one large team, and then basically they divided into 2 different teams that have 2 totally different ideas, I think. Yeah, both of them had 3 different ideas. And then they basically voted on, they had presentations, they had one idea. Okay. Now we may not be able to do this first part here, like this part, sorry, the very first part, but then maybe have this one idea, okay? And then we can have a group, maybe we can divide into 2 different groups, and then sketch models, concept, and then you basically decide, okay? So this is a very important thing. I think the first part of this we can eliminate, and our numbers are lower, then this is like a group of, looks like 16 to 20 people, I think, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. So that's kind of the idea with that. And they talk about it more and more. And another idea is we got to have, frequent milestones. If I don't ask, if you guys don't ask each other to do things on a timely fashion, things won't get done as well, right? If you don't have a goal set for it, right? Procrastination happens at every level. Happens for teachers, it happens for students, it happens for everybody. If you don't know what the expectations are, you don't know what you're going to be. So there's a milestone. One teacher I talked to at Eureka Fest, who had an event team there, had a great idea. Basically had a wall with a bunch of Post-it notes on it, and students filled out what they were going to do, and there was three basically three basic, I think I remember, it's like needs to get done, working on, done, complete. And basically the students put there having problems with, I have to think about this again, but basically on the wall they had all these sticky notes, and people would sign what they're doing, right? And then basically they move their sticky note to different sections of the wall based on their progress. So then very quickly people can look and see everybody's progress, and it can be moved kind of quickly. So I thought that was a great idea and something we could maybe look into. You could probably do it electronically, but I like the physical. Too much, I think we do everything digitally. I like the idea of that. I'm just throwing that out there. Let's see, where am I at? 45. I don't want 45. Oh yeah. The least useful feedback is good job. So you want to be, respectful of people you're working with, but you want to say what can be improved, what you like, what you may not like, what we could tweak. I mean, so if you say, hey, that's great, that's not helpful at all. Okay, that's not helpful at all. So I'm almost done here, guys. Make it matter, do it for real. So it's something that's why this event teams thing is important. You're going to make something, hopefully it's going to have a change and impact in a community, in an area. Okay, so it's got to be for real. It's got to be something that's going to be hard hitting, something you're passionate about, because you'll be putting a lot of time into this. All right, and then the last slide I'm going to show you is this. So I'm going to try to find what this is: anonymous peer reviews. What they did was oh, there it is right there. There's the link. Anyway, basically this is like a fake, you're going to give money to people, distribute into word as you see fit, how much money you give them, keep doing, do more of, do less of. Pretty specific feedback here. So that's interesting thing you guys could use. I'm probably going to start using in my project-based learning that I'll be doing in the classroom henceforth. Anyway, so that was that guy's lecture. I thought it was very, 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 very interesting. Let's talk about patents. The goal of this is not to get a patent, but if you have a good idea, the goal is, if you can get a patent, let me rephrase that. If you can get a patent, you might as well, right? So there's two. I would start with a Google patent search, and then if you find what you're looking for, or you feel more comfortable like how the nomenclature is, the keywords, the buzzwords are, the search word, then you maybe go to free patents online. Anyway, so what they're looking for in the final application is something that is different than what's out there. So if you have an idea, right, and basically, if you have an idea, right, you want to see I want you to delineate how it's different from the patent that's currently out there. That's all they're looking for in a patent, what they have and how yours is different. So you want to look at that and why yours is unique. And when this final grant, that's what they're kind of looking for. How is your idea unique? So you're going to really need to do some more patent search. A good buddy of mine in St. Louis, I met with him a couple weeks ago while I was traveling through to Denver. He is a patent lawyer. He's a super smart guy, patent lawyer. He's a mechanical engineer also. So if we get closer to the patent process or have ideas, I could possibly shoot him a text and maybe talk to him about that. He's a super nice guy. So remember, stay with it. You guys are going to have to self-organize yourselves. Like I said, Google Hangouts. Don't be afraid to contact me at any time at this address, obviously. We can do Google Hangouts there. I'm still looking for a job. I'll figure it out. Something there. But while I'm like applying for jobs and all that good stuff, I can still work on this with you guys. Okay, so hopefully that helps. I'm sorry if it's so long-winded, but I thought that's some kind of helpful stuff that I found useful. I'm trying to think of anything else that could be helpful. Start recruiting other people for the team too. We need marketing. We need people to organize things, organizers. You need people that are builders. You need people that are coders, depending on what you're doing. So just kind of find your niche. Find what you're passionate about. Find what you like doing, because you'll spend a lot of time doing it. And just try to organize yourself, self-organize. And then you may have to take a job that you don't. And remember, guys, you guys on the event teams process, you're going to be doing more work than and anybody else. You're going to have leeches come in, and then there may be leeches on the team. They're just going to do the bare minimum or not do anything at all. And especially for the people that are coming in and helping out, because they think it's interesting, you can't get mad at them when they're not pulling the weight that you are, because you guys are the cornerstone of this. And you got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with, like, you bust your butt, you work your tail off on this, somebody comes in and does maybe a couple hours of work and wants the credit too. All right. They may not they won't get to travel to Euchre Fest with you guys. All right. You guys are the core members. Just keep that in mind. There are going to be people that do less than you, and you got to be okay with it and embrace the help they're going to give you. Get the younger students, talk to the freshmen, if you have just menial things that need to be done, you don't have time to do it, delegate, but don't make it sound menial, right? Make it sound awesome. That's the key, all right? Anyway, guys, keep in contact, all that good stuff. We'll see you later.